Just to know you're here to stay. I walk with faith, not with fear. Every step I know you're near. Through the doubt, through the rain, you're the calm inside the flame. Even when the night is long, your light leads me on. So I walk.
Blessings, everyone. Welcome to the Walk with Faith with Molly Faith podcast. My name is Molly. This is Puppy Moon hanging out with us. And this is Ryan Kostanen.
Hi, guys.
So today we're going to be discussing a bit about the spiritual journey, the awakening process, and what it was like for us. Ryan is my son, if you guys don't know. Some of you do know, but we're going to be... She wants to steal the show. She's very loud. So we're going to just be discussing the spiritual journey and how it's affected us as a family. So my spiritual path started when I was a little girl. Some of you guys know this. I mean, it started a long, long time ago, many moons ago. But then it kind of went dormant for me. And, I became a mother. And my life was focused on being a good mom. Until there were what people would call tower moments, right? To show me that there was more to this journey, our purpose, than just what society tells us. That we can still be good parents or still have our families, but we also have, I feel like, more to do here, or people have certain missions they have to complete. And so for me personally, you guys, I had been focused so much on just being the wife, the mother, just what society was telling me, that outside shell of who I should be and what it's supposed to look like. White picket fence, volunteering in school, the awards for the kids, and just being that person, right?
Mm-hmm.
And wow, did I know for me, I had wake up call, tower moment to just demolish everything that I was that was like programmed and implanted into my mind. And I still remember making these shifts, and I can only imagine, Ryan, as you got older, or how it affected you, because I feel like, from what I can remember, I can't say for you, but from what I can remember, I don't think it really impacted you until you started getting older.
Yeah. I mean, I know we were consistently moving, but, we had that lifestyle of, hey, I basically got whatever I wanted, and, I had the newest electronic devices, the newest, sports stuff, or all of that, and, I know we had, a whole process with my schooling and everything, and we eventually overcame that and stuff, but, it wasn't until, I think, really, like you were saying, that tower came, and I was, 16? Maybe 17? No. I think it was 18. When it really, started to
notice the tower?
Yeah, to notice just, because when I was younger, I didn't want to have to do anything with spirituality or, and I know we're not really, religious, so to say, but, anything with God, the Creator, and I know I got very upset at you when you kept trying to push that, or not push it, but, kept talking to me about it, and,
That's very interesting you're mentioning that. Very interesting. Okay, so you were not 18 yet.
No, that was 15, I think.
Right. And I remember, okay, so I want to go back for people, because this is so important. This is how, and we're going to circle back, but this is how breaking generational cycles or curses, whatever people want to call them, is so important. My parents, Peppy, go ahead. My parents at one point in their life were very, very godly. And I remember when when Papa's dad passed away, he said that he prayed and prayed and prayed to God to take away your great grandpa's pain, and God didn't answer because that wasn't for Papa to take on, my father. It wasn't his pain to take on.
No.
It was pain that my grandfather had to go through on his journey. But because he was so devastated, the situation is pretty dark, so that's going to be for another day. He told me later on that he stopped believing because his heart was so broken.
I remember that story.
Yeah. And I feel like, and then what I noticed was things started to go down. Whether people are religious, have an organized religion, they are spiritual, whatever it is. The most important thing, what I realized on our journey, Ryan, is that connecting to the divine source, creator source, is so huge. We need to come back to that, because with our family, it was like, everything just went downhill and like started to collapse.
Yeah.
So as time went on with me, what I realized was one of the most important things was healing that in our family line, along with so many other things. There were so many things that my eyes opened up to. But I remember when you were 15, because you were mentioning school. It was like, we had moved to the Poway area. That didn't work out so well because of certain situations that were going on. But you were too young to really see what was going on in the house.
Yeah.
With my illnesses, with the past relationship that I was in, which we don't need to talk about. But when we made it down to by Lake Murray, and I remember I had made all these shifts and evolving in our spiritual, in my spiritual life, healing life, right? Really getting big into prayer, connecting, taking that very seriously. And I tried to talk to you about it, and I remember that. So you had to be what? You were going to be a freshman.
Yeah.
In high school.
Yep. Mm-hmm. So.
Do you want to explain to people what happened? And I think this is important for people to understand about young individuals or anybody who is not ready.
So I don't know. I don't remember exactly too well because we've gone through so much more that it's kind of, in the back of my mind. But I remember you making all these changes, and I was still stuck in the 3D and wanting to just kind of keep my life as it was. I didn't understand what was really going on. And that's the thing when you are, 15 at that time, you're, kind of rebellious and, I don't know, don't really look at your surroundings as much as you should. And so I remember you just kept bringing it up, making all these changes, and I think it was in the car one time. It was in the car. I snapped, and I was like, I don't want to learn about this. I don't want to even hear about it. I don't want to follow that path at all.
I remember.
And you were just trying to calm me down, be like, you don't have to, I'm not forcing on you, all that. And it ended up, didn't last too long, but it was definitely there. But, as I got older and we went through a lot more, we didn't even have a solid place to go for a whole year until we got here. But it wasn't just one event that really kind of switched my brain into the aspect of like, hey, God has a plan for everything, and there's a lot more to this world than just having that material life that I really wanted to keep. It was more over a stretch of, I would say 18 to even now and continuing, that really kind of opened my eyes with everything that happened, and it just got me in the mindset of, hey, there's a lot more going on in this world than I think there is, and whatever happens, is meant to happen.
Right.
And, you know, that kind of switched my perspective. And now, you know, I'm not so worried about I'll throw away a lot of my stuff if I need to.
We donate a lot.
Yeah.
We've donated a lot.
So, I mean, compared to what I had before, now it's just basically my computer and stuff for editing and work, and some games here and there. But, you know, just the switch in, I don't know. If I could go back and tell my younger self, like, hey, it is so much the feeling of being free, not having the worry about what's going to happen, about keeping what I like, that's material, then I don't know if I would even listen to myself, but you know, I'm happy being able to open my eye, kind of open that third eye even.
Open my eye. I like how you said that. Open my eye. It's true.
And, you know, I don't know, just the believing in spirits was hard for me too. That took a little bit longer. You know, my mom would see something move and she was like, "Oh, it's spirit," and I'd be like, "Whatever." But now I'm like,
we have spirits and guides.
And I remember that video that you did where the stone jumped on the card. I was like, when I saw it, I was like, whoa. I've seen so many different instances where they really are here and connected to all of us.
They're so beautiful.
And, you know, it's harder for some people to accept that because, you know, when you have that trap mentality of, you know, just kind of living your day-to-day life, and just going to your 9 to 5, or I don't know, just mundane life. That's right. I don't know. That's just that's not being awakened.
Well, because what happens when we do that, right? It keeps us in a mode of noise.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 9 to 5, go to work, stuck in traffic, negative energies, people are fighting. Zombie mode. It's like a fog rather than, because you think, okay.
Well, 9 to 5s aren't bad. We're not saying that. We're saying, you know, if you love your job, continue with it. You want to do what you love in your life, you know? If you love your job, you don't work a day in your life. That's the saying. And so I've let you continue, but
yeah, I think it's more about, because it's not about like your 9 to 5 or when you work, you know. I mean, we're working constantly, but it's about doing what you love, but taking the time to break free of just the illusion that we are separate, number one, from all that is the creator, our guides, our ancestors. We are all each other. We are all connected, and also separating us from our intuition, that guidance, you know. So we are too focused, too busy on running around here and what one of my friends, and I love Angela, would call the false matrix, you know, everything 3D. We have to do this. We have to be perfect. We have to run to work. We have to run to you know, it's like everything has to be so busy.
Yeah.
Rather than taking the time to actually sit and feel what you're feeling, see past the illusion of, that's what's crazy. The illusion is actually this is coming through, what you can see in front of you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because you can see it.
Yeah.
So it makes it easy. It's like you can already see it, you can touch it. No. Where the true power lies is when you take that time and all of that is removed, because it can be removed like that.
Yeah.
What you've been saying is allowing. So if you could tell your younger self to let all that go.
Mm-hmm.
Because the life that you had growing up was what society had conditioned you as what looks like perfection, all the material, right?
Yes.
So that's the trap.
Mm-hmm.
That's the trap. But as you got older, you saw that lifestyle was not benefiting. It definitely wasn't benefiting me because I was very sick. And it was not good. But I'm grateful for that lesson. So now you, at 21, having to move several times, donate, give things away, allow things to fall away that you wanted to hold on to so tightly.
Yeah.
Was it hard for you to do that? Was it difficult, or did you have to at some point? Because I know, you started talking about ancestors, but we'll go back to that. You had to surrender and let it go.
Yeah.
And trust.
Yeah, definitely. I remember the first time
you made that choice.
That it really happened was when we were moving out of Lake Murray.
Mm-hmm.
I left so much behind, and some of it was even kind of like memories from when I was younger. But I had to let it go, and it was hard because I had so much stuff in the material. I literally, I had so many boxes already filled, but my closet was still completely full, pretty much. And I remember just having to leave everything behind.
Yeah.
And, the next couple times that we had to move and everything, it got easier. But I think over the past 2 years we've been here, kind of cemented that mindset of hey, this doesn't matter. The material doesn't matter. There's some stuff, yes, I need in my life to be able to do my work, to be comfortable, to have a good quality of life. That's important to me. Whether it's good skincare or stuff like that, just to feel comfortable in my body,
Okay.
And so...
That's something I just learned, I feel like, as a parent.
Yeah. Good sleeping habits.
Well, good sleeping habits, yeah. That's, see, I've released... That's so interesting to talk about.
Yeah.
Because for me, I had all that in the material, and I let it go, and now I'm some, vitamin E oil on my skin, and I'm good to go. I washed my face. It's very simple.
Yeah.
So because for me, that's what makes me happy. It's going to be different for everyone.
Mm-hmm.
So that's so interesting.
Yeah, I'm not so much attached to it. It's more of I have it because it makes my quality of life better.
Because it makes you happy.
Yeah.
It's your choice. Yeah.
And so if I had to let it go, I would let it go because I know it would come back to me tenfold. And so, some people, it could be one instance where it just flips you 180, and you see that, and you're like, okay, I gotta, change, let go of the control in my life and give it to God. But for me, personally, it took many years to kind of cement that feeling of trusting that everything will be all right. So yeah, I know even now I'm I'm looking through my old stuff that we brought with us, and I'm going through the 2 boxes I still had packed, and I'm like, donate, trash, donate. I'm like, I don't know. I'm very minimalistic now, versus how I was when I was younger, and I enjoy that because it makes my environment feel better and cleaner and just clearer. Yeah, the energy just feels better, and I think that's something that a lot of people should really inspire to, is to keep your energy clear if it's in your house or your just general environment, because you don't want clutter, you don't want to have all this material around you, unless it's necessary for your daily life, because that will shroud your vision to what is really important. And what's really important is connecting to, I'm just going to say it, the unseen world. And, you know, that's important.
I love that you said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everyone's going to have a different vision or what they feel aligns for them. It is because when we clear our space, our aura, our field, our energy, everything from what doesn't belong to us or is heavy or blocking, when we clear it, we are able to make that room for what God, what source or creator, the universe, what it is trying to get to us already.
Yeah.
Because we have a frequency. So there's things blocking it. And so we just have to like clear it out. It's very important.
You're always putting out that frequency to get those manifestations that you are, you know, wanting, but
that belong to you.
They're not being blocked by something else. They're being blocked by you. And you have to find out what that blockage is and free that for your manifestations to come into the 3D. They're already there.
We have the power and the authority and the decisions.
Yeah.
Because now that's going to be for another time. There could be other influences, yes, trying to manipulate energy to block it. But we have the power. So if we are aware of that and we clear the things, right? We clear the stuff out of the way and align, and we continue doing what we're supposed to do, it's going to find its way to us. So we have that power and decision. I have a question for you.
Okay.
Because we were talking, you talked about like when we were in the car, and I remember you getting very upset, and you're like, I don't want anything to do with this. This is your path, not mine. I don't want to hear about it, because you wanted your life. And I was like, it's cool, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to put it on you. This is me, and I have to do this for me. This is my path.
Yeah.
And I would never push it on you. But I was very, and I am still to this day, like ritual devoted to cleansing and clearing.
Yep.
Cleansing and clearing the space, right?
Yeah, every time she does, I'm like, oh, here we go again.
I'm like, hi, Brian. Time to cleanse.
Right.
You know? So it's like, even back then, I'm cleansing and clearing and praying and doing all of these things, and you didn't want a part of it, but you were so patient. Like, how did that make you feel when I would it would be funny because you'd be playing and I'd just walk in like very quietly. I'd be like, Palo Santo, like.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it kind of back then really slipped my mind, kind of in and out through both ears, because I didn't really pay attention to it.
Right.
But, you know, as awake as I am, I'm still, you know, nobody's ever done waking up fully.
Oh, you have a journey. It's a journey.
Yeah. But, you know, now she comes in, she's like, I'm cleansing. I'm like, oh boy, all right. Granted, and then sometimes I'll pick it up and be like, I'm cleansing the house.
Yeah, it's funny.
But, you know,
we'll do it.
Just because I'm like, sometimes I'm like, really? Like right now? It doesn't mean it's like, you know, I'm opposed to it anymore. No, I'm just, at that moment, I'm like, come on.
And those are the most important times.
Yeah.
Because my guides came through, my intuition hit me and was like, it's time to cleanse now. And I'm like, okay.
See,
so I
we
cleanse.
see, that's the thing though, is like, as I've kind of seen more, it's kind of, we complement each other in that way, is you can see when I'm starting to be affected and like my mood is and my energy is all over the place, and you'll see that and try and help me and correct it and everything. But I can see that for you too. And it's, I would say this last year where it's really picked up more, and I can really start like sensing you or other stuff. And that's
great.
what I've learned too, is to really trust your gut, because I don't know. For example, we would be getting ready to go somewhere and take a drive there and to do something. But my gut would be like, hey, are you sure about this? Do you want to go there? Do you want to take that drive to go over there? And I would ignore it. Then we'd get there and something would happen. And then we'd get home and be like, I had a gut feel. I would tell her, I'd be like, I had a gut feeling of like, hey, maybe we shouldn't have gone. And she'd be like, well, you should have led with that.
I tell
So.
you, okay, and that's something that, I love the fact that you said this, because what you just said is now over the last year, you've awakened even more to your spiritual sensitivity.
Mm-hmm.
To be able to sense, feel, so different spiritual gifts.
Yeah.
So you can sense energy even more intense now,
Yeah.
which is great. But something that if something pops into your head, like you had a download yesterday, and it was about a timeline, right?
Yep.
Even though time is an illusion and things are always shifting and changing. Oh, now my ear is ringing. When you said this timeline, you said, I don't know why I'm saying it, I'm just saying it because that's what popped into my head. And I said, trust it.
Yeah.
That is your higher self, that's your guides, your intuition telling you it's going to be between this time. Trust it. So teaching you to never question, gaslight yourself, your intuition, because that is exactly what they want to pull us away from.
Yeah.
Is trusting the gut, the heart, the intuition, the downloads, the messages.
Yeah.
Always trust it. So that is very cool, and you can sense things. But the time when it's like that'll come through where it's like I can feel and sense, and I'm like, it's time to cleanse now. Yeah. And so you may be like, oh, really? Yep, exactly. That's why.
Yeah.
Because I can feel it.
There's an important part here that I want to really kind of point out too is, we're talking about waking up and seeing all this and really kind of keeping that positivity around yourself. But this still happens to me too. And it's actually important because it shows you, hey, you still have more work to do. But for me, it's more of like kind of later at night, I'll get those little like whispers of, hey, that negativity creeping back in, being like, is this really the job you want to do, or is this the right path, or all that. And that's actually really important because you have to still heal yourself from your past or even your current self, because you're never going to be perfect, and that darkness is never going to go away. You gotta have light and dark, shadow and light.
Of course.
But you don't want that shadow to take you over, because when it does that, that's when everything falls out of place. You want to be able to have the strength to keep it in check and to, let's just say, access that shadow if necessary.
Absolutely. The shadow is the protector.
Yeah. So, when that, for me, for example, when that does start happening to me at night, if it's, either reading or just taking time to calm myself, do breathing, deep breaths, and listen to a meditation, that's what really helps you to calm yourself down and not so much listen to your mind, but listen to your heart, because that's really where you want to listen to. That and your instinct, your gut, whatever you want to call it, because, that's where you are connected. God is in your heart. It's love. It's positivity. And so I know, your crown chakra is connected to.
Your crown chakra, well, it's all connected.
Yeah.
Yeah, but your higher self, yeah. So the mind will play tricks on us, right? So we get into our mind of what we're supposed to be doing. Like, should I go get a regular job? Should I stop doing what I'm doing? Should I, do this? Am I doing it right? Well, why is this happening? No. I know my path. It's been guided to me. I listen to the divine. It's all been divinely guided.
Yeah.
And so when negativity or naysayers or outside influences, or it's all based on the ego. And really what it comes down to is knowing that you are a co-creator with the creator, right? You are a piece of an intelligence that is love and all knowing.
Mm-hmm.
And to know that as long as you follow what your passions, your dreams, you have visions, you have downloads, you have messages. What do you feel in your heart, right? It's been guided to you. You have the capability of doing it. It's just breaking out of the, because it's going to happen to everyone. We're all going to go into that. Am I doing the right thing? But you're right. That is powerful because that's going to show you where you're out of alignment.
Yeah.
And it's okay to feel those feelings. I have a shadow. I have many shadow aspects of myself.
Yeah, it's funny because you said you're like, should I just go get a 9 to 5? And those hit me stronger than most. I'm pretty sure because
When I said that about me,
because I'd get those thoughts of like this was more at the beginning of kind of when we were building up our business, and I was still working at Goodstock, but once that ended, I was like, okay, I'm going to put my full attention into helping this YouTube channel grow and helping the business grow. But I would have nights where it's like, hey, are we going to be all right this month or next month? And that's looking at the future, but you got to look at the now because that's what's really important. But getting off track here.
not really though, because I think that's interesting, Ryan.
I would literally at 3 or 4 in the morning, go on Indeed or go on all these job listings and apply and be like, maybe it's a good idea to just get a day job and have my mom do this and, I got to support us. But I'd wake up the next day and be like, is that really what I want? And I'd, be like, no, I got to trust that we're going to be okay and put my full time and energy. Because if you split up your energy, it's going to be going, split to different objectives that you're, going towards. But if you focus everything on your one area that you want to succeed in, it will. And so I'm like, even though I had those dark times, those dark little moments, I knew, hey, I got to keep my energy on this because I know it's going to be successful. And, as we've grown, I've really kind of started to more accept that and be happy with my current self.
Yeah, that's good.
And that if that comes to me being insecure about myself or anything like that, I've really started to accept who I am.
I love
which I love, and I'm happier with that. So
I love that.
Yeah.
You should love who you are, Ryan.
Yeah.
You're an amazing.
Granted, more work will have to be done, but
Work is never ending, but it's what's on the inside. It has nothing to do with the flesh. It's the heart that you carry.
Mm-hmm.
It's understanding, and you're talking about the whole job thing. Now we have to be able to have our light bill on, right? And eat food, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And your, livelihood, of course. But it's also understanding that, yes, you put your full attention into something that you really, really love and you're passionate about. I'm not saying to leave a job or anything, but what was so crazy was you had your job and it all of a sudden ended. It was like,
oh yeah,
it's bye.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
I worked.
Oh my gosh!
Started January of last year,
and it was just poof.
Started training to be front of house staff, so I would just help customers basically pick out what cut of meat they would like and ring them up and stuff like that. And then we had one of our head butcher leave. And so I started getting trained as a butcher, which I loved. And then eventually our other butchers kind of dwindled out and I became the head butcher until we got some new people in.
At Goodstock, yeah.
Yeah.
Owned by Nolan Ryan,
yeah,
right?
Nolan Ryan. And so, but then, beginning of this year, it was only a year. And they had to shut down.
Yeah.
So at that time I was like, okay, shoot, what am I going to do? But at that time I had to make a decision. I was like, hey, am I going to look for a new job? Which I did shortly.
But no one was hiring. That's what was interesting. You were doing the legwork.
I sent out, gosh, I think don't want to say too many, but like 50 resumes or applications, just kind of around my area, because even some that were slightly far to look for like different butcher jobs. But I don't know, as I was doing that, I kept getting rejected, or not even respond to.
Right.
I kept thinking like, hey, do I want to spend my time in a cold metal room doing butchery, or put my time and effort into something that I would love to do, which is grow this business and do it on my own terms. And I know I talked to you about this like a week ago or a couple days ago, where I said, hey, if I ever want to get a job, my one job that I want to get is along with, in that butchery kind of category, but I want it to be on a farm with open air, and I want to be able to work, with
nature.
With nature, yeah. I don't want to be stuck in a box that's cut off from society, the world, energy, the sun, because I like to have that kind of flow with me, and
yeah,
so that would be maybe, like the one job that I would kind of go back to, but it would definitely not be
different,
stuck in an office unless I really love to do that work, or be stuck in a metal box. I'd rather be out in the open, doing stuff like that.
I think it's interesting how we have to surrender, because even with the worry or the doubt in your mind, you put all that energy into applying, and a denial or a rejection is really redirection for your own protection, right? So it was to turn your focus back to what you can create, because we are creators.
Yeah.
So what can you create? What can you build? And so it was like, no. So see, that road was blocked.
Yeah.
That door was blocked. You kept trying to push through it, but it wasn't the right door. So it wouldn't open. Yeah. So then you were like, okay, well, if that road's not going to open, I'm going to turn my vision here. And you did, and it started to grow. Now, we release all outcome. It doesn't matter what's going to happen. Why do we do what we do? This is very important. Yes, we want to be okay, of course. But it's about releasing whatever outcome we think is supposed to happen. It's about trusting in the divine, right? Trusting in source, and doing what we love. Because when we truly do what we enjoy and love, then we are aligning with our soul's purpose. Love, authenticity, creation. What do we love? And then we can bring what we are naturally gifted with to other people to help. Yeah,
we can spread that love, that
right.
I can't say that word. Okay.
Authenticity.
Thank you. To other people, and we really try and bring that into our business itself too. And I know for me at the start, I was very kind of just business talk, even in our emails and everything. But now I'm really starting to kind of push that
but that's how you function
out there.
That's how you function as an individual.
Yeah,
so
but I'm having more of a shift to kind of incorporate that business, kind of just strict to the book, to have that compassion and that positivity, and
that is the balance.
Yeah,
that's the balance of the masculine and the feminine energies, which is great. That's what you want. You want to be able to balance both.
Yeah.
Puppy is snoring.
Yes,
she is snoring right now. That's very important. Because for me, I could live in my upper chakras and not operating on planet Earth at all. But I've had to learn to ground that here where we are in this realm.
Yeah.
But it's very important to trust and release all outcomes and do it with love. And I love what you're doing with regards to different... I know that you're going to be starting another YouTube channel in time. Which we'll disclose. And this is another way to inspire, teach people with something that you love. But I love the music that you're creating, because the music that you are creating, Ryan, is not only teaching people guiding people, but it's because you love it, and with no fear. Like, you're not even worried about what people are gonna think or if they're gonna like it. You're like doing it from the heart. You get a message or a download of what it should be, and then you put it together,
Mm-hmm.
and then create it, and you let it flow.
Yeah,
You're like,
I'll just post it and let it ride, hearting comments and stuff, but I really don't. That's something that's kind of, I don't know, stuck with me now, is I don't care what people think about me, or kind of like, gosh, what did I say? I said it earlier.
any outside validation.
Yeah, basically. Or like, if someone comes into my life and is not
I heard,
want somebody, like, not who I want in my life, I won't talk to them anymore, and that's important to me because I want to keep my energy, elevated and positive, and just spread that love and light, and that's important to me.
I think it's because everything that we've gone through on this path, we can understand how energy works. Now, if somebody is willing, this is important. So if you set those boundaries and you're like, this does not align for me. Now, with no judgment, this is your choice in your life and you want to operate that way. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
I have no judgment. Does it work for me?
No.
So you haven't... Happy. So you have a choice, right? We have choices.
Mm-hmm.
And every choice we make will align us with our destined path. So we give people an opportunity. Okay, well, if you're willing to evolve and grow, baby, you okay, sweet pea? Sorry, guys, she's having a dream. Sorry. And you give the person the opportunity to grow and evolve with you, because not everyone is meant to be in our life forever. It's for a purpose,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever that purpose is. So if they're willing to evolve and grow in their way, that is not going to intentionally harm you or others, then great. Now, if they're not willing to do it, then at least you give them the opportunity and you're like, okay, I love you. I want the best for you. I wish you well. Be blessed. Be at peace. It's cool, with no judgment, because everyone has that free will choice,
Mm-hmm.
just like you do, of what you want in your energetic field, because you know what it feels like to feel the draining or the negativity. I know that that's what I've experienced on this path.
Mm-hmm.
So, so anyways, guys, I think we are going to end it here today. If you have any topics or questions for me or Ryan, please leave them in the comments, or anything you would like us to talk about. We have been through quite a bit on this journey, and have seen it all. And yes, our spirit team is very, very real.
Mm-hmm.
Even our friend Michael, who has his own podcast, the energies that surrounds us, is one of them. Michael Kopp. He's been here, and we're very much blessed with our guardian angels and spiritual team, and the divine. We are very blessed. So just know that you are not alone, never alone. You are surrounded, but we have the free will to ask for that assistance from our spirit guides, God himself, the creator, whatever resonates for you guys, whatever you want to call them. So if you have any questions or any topics you'd like us to cover, we'd be more than happy to. And Ryan, to the younger individuals out there, or anybody, or parents, is there anything you want to say to anyone?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that right now. For me, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. Whether it was what job I wanted to do, where I wanted to go, I didn't know what to do. And if you're struggling with that same thing, I just want to let you know that to please let that go. And I know it's going to be hard, but you have to let that go and trust that whatever you're doing right now is the right thing, because eventually you will find what calls you, And for me, I'm a little different. I can, do something for a couple months to a year, and I'll be like, okay, I kind of got to back off from that and go a different way and try something else. I've kind of learned that anything I really pick up and I learn to do for a short time, I really kind of pick up the basics. I'm, what is that, master of...
So the whole, I don't remember the whole thing. It's like master, oh my gosh, what is it?
Anyways, while she looks that up, but just remember that you will find what you want to do eventually. Do not rush it, because that's when you will make the wrong choice. You have to, take your time, meditate on it, ask, God, creator, spirit guides, anybody, and just really, find what you love to do, because it'll eventually come. Do not force it, because I've been there, and I've, I think we had a conversation about it too. I went around kind of asking a couple people too, like, hey, what do you do to work, to see if anything piqued my interest, but nothing really did. And I'm still searching too, and I know it's something along the lines that we're doing now, but it's gonna be a journey to find what you really want to do and how you're going to help this world. So just keep that in mind, and do not lose hope, because that's when you lose hope, that's the end, basically. Not the end, but you're always redeemable. But
we just don't want to lose hope, because this is a journey. We've picked this life, so we don't know, we don't remember exactly how many what we would call learning lessons, karmic cycles, we chose to experience. So like, did we choose before we came here, yeah, we're gonna move 10 times. We're gonna move 10. Maybe we didn't remember we were gonna move 10 times. Maybe we're like, dang, we have moved 6 times, we just want to settle down. Oh, we're gonna find that place. Maybe it's not that one, because we're still remembering. We don't know exactly how many cycles or learning lessons or what we chose before we came here. But one of the biggest tests is for us to keep the faith and hope, keep going, and remember who we are, and stay connected to our wonderful divine source creator, which the spirit, we are connected. It flows through us. We are connected to everything. And so just remembering who you are and what you're capable of, please don't lose hope. Even though maybe we signed up to feel that feeling of hope, so that way we could level up from it.
Yeah.
Evolve from it. Be resilient, right? So is a jack of all trades, master of none, but oftentimes better than the master of one. So that quote, I'm not a fan of. I feel like what happens is, and so you've been blessed with many different gifts and talents. You're able to pick up what you need with whatever you're doing at that time. You've picked it up, you've downloaded it, then you integrate it. You're done. You've taken that knowledge, you set it aside. Then you go somewhere else. You're like, okay, well, this is what I need to know.
Yeah.
So you pull in the information and you set it aside.
And if I need to go
you
back,
put it in a file cabinet.
Yeah. If I need to go back, I can pull that file cabinet out and be like, okay, this is what I need for this objective, and then I'll put it back and be like, okay, I'm done, and move on.
Well, just like me, I've studied many different traditions, many different styles, and have gained knowledge from many different ones. I'm still studying all of them, because study never stops. But I may put something aside for a bit and then go back to it when I'm guided to, and I'm feeling that. I'm like, okay, well, that needs to come back because I need more information, or I need to master that. And so it's just going to be different for everybody, but it's really important. Please do not give up. It's another thing. We are energy. So we're going to have to keep going, because this is Earth School. To accomplish and learn what we need to learn to level up and graduate. So one of those things could be keeping the hope, keeping the faith, and stepping back into your power. So hopefully this message helped people who needed to hear it. We have so much more information that will be coming out, and we're really grateful for all of you, and we love you guys so much. And we just want everyone to always be so blessed. We know you are, and we know this is a journey. And just show each other grace and yourselves grace. Be gentle, because we have all been through massive battles on this journey, but we can get through it. Okay? So thank you for all that you do. Ryan, thanks for doing this with me. I know it was a little bit outside the comfort zone for you, but it's really cool that you were able to share some stuff.
I'm glad I did this. And, we'll see what happens in the future. We never know.
You mean in the now?
In the now.
Because the future is now?
Yeah. But yeah, we'll definitely
The future
be
is
back
now?
with more. So, like she said, if you guys have any questions, let us know. And yeah.
And everyone's on different timelines. We're here for each other. We can all teach each other things and grow. All right, guys, thank you so much. We love you, sending you so much love, and we pray that you're always surrounded by the Most High God, the divine source creators, love, protection, and blessings. Bye, guys.
I walk with faith. You've never failed, not once before. Why would you now, my Lord? So I lay it all in open hands and follow where you stand. You're the breath inside my chest. I'll trust you with the rest. I walk with faith, not with fear. Every step